This surely is going to be one of the most obvious videos that I've ever filmed, because if you've been here for more than 6.5 minutes, you can probably guess what all of these decks are going to be. Hello everybody, it's Sylvie. Welcome or welcome back to Tarot Magpie. I hope you're doing all kinds of good. I am here today with a tag video. This is a response to Sylvia at Fairlight Tarot, who came up with the hashtag decks I can't put down. And I've also seen Cassandra at A Refill in Time do this video, so I will obviously link both of them below. But they are the inspiration for me also doing this tag. It's as it says on the tin, it's decks that I just can't put down and maybe need to hide from myself, or I will simply never use anything else. So I'm going to get straight into it. Hopefully this one will be a quick one, but we all know that that's unlikely with me. So in no particular order, this is the Fifth Spirit, and this is actually in this little pouch because this has been out and about with me recently. I went to stay with a friend overnight and we went out and had some drinks and chats and did some readings, and this is the deck that came with me, and this is the Fifth Spirit Tarot. I'm not sure if I said that or not, but this is the mass market version published by Hay House. This deck is by Charlie Claire Burgess, who I just love everything that they do, and I talk about this deck all the time. Was this in my standout decks of last year? It should have been. There's a magpie. It should have been. I don't remember if it was or not, but I made a mistake if it wasn't. I love this deck. I love the artwork. I love how it's kind of pippish. It's so easy to read, and I love reading for other people with this one because it's so queer, and that's the point of it. It's tarot beyond the binaries, as their tagline goes. And so I love using this deck if I know I'm going to be reading for any of my queer friends, which is most of my friends, because it's nice to be able to read for people with a deck that I know represents them in some way, more so than the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith anyway, although I do of course love my themed Rider-Waite-Smiths for a daily carry, but that's getting beside the point. Speaking of daily carry, I think this was in the running for my everyday carry when I did that tag, but this one it's easy to read. I pick it up all the time. It's an easy go-to if I want to do a reading and I don't want to think about what deck to use. It's easily this one. If this one is within grabbing distance, which it almost always is, then it is the deck that I will grab to read with, because it's just so good. Why would I put it down when I know how good it is? So Fifth Spirit. I'm gonna say it's getting kind of bashed up, but I suppose it is a little bit on the corners. You can see it. I'm surprised it's holding up as well as it is. Okay, next up, I've got an oracle. This is the Sea Soul Journeys Oracle cards, which I don't know how much I've shown these off on the channel, but I feel like they've made a fairly regular appearance on Instagram when I share my daily pull of my stories, or share the decks that I'm working with in any particular week. If I want an oracle, then this is the one I'll pick up pretty much. There's another oracle in this video, but I use it in a very different way. Whereas if I want an oracle message, I want something that's a little bit aspirational, not aspirational, affirmational? Affirming would be the word. If I want something that's a bit like an affirmation, or just some guidance, or a little bit of positivity, something that's not as mean as tarot, this is the deck that I grab, and I just love it. I love looking at the images. I love the messages in here. It's always within easy reach, and if ever I want just a little snippet of something, a little snippet of supportive positivity, if I want a little snippet of the sea, then I pull a card. This is one that I just kind of pull from at random, just to pull a card and read the message in the moment. I also do use this with tarot and for readings that I journal about or go a bit deeper with, but this is one of the few decks that I just pull from to pull a card for the sake of pulling a card and getting a message in the moment. And I just love it. I love this. I can't put it down. I won't put it down. This was also £12 or something. This was ridiculously cheap. And I did these fun edges to match the suit colours. But yeah, this was ridiculously cheap. So this isn't the point of this video, but I would super recommend this if you want an oracle deck, because it's gorgeous. Anyway, Sea Soul Journeys. Okay, ritual. There we go. Lust sitting on top. my favorite 2 cards sitting at the back from whenever I last showed this deck off. This is just so beautiful, and I just want to pick it up and use it for everything that I do. I love it. It's gorgeous. I just want to use it. It's like magical. And I don't throw that word around a lot because I know that there's obviously a large overlap between the witchcraft community and the tarot community. So I don't know, I just don't call things like magical a lot because I know that is more literal for a lot of people. So it just doesn't feel right to be calling things magical. But I'm like, this is magical. This is something special. And I can't put it down. I want to grab it. I stop myself, but I want to grab it for every single reading that I do since I bought it. And like, that's almost not an exaggeration. Because occasionally I'll be like, oh, XYZ deck would be perfect for this reading. But, you know, more than 9 times out of 10, I sit down to do a reading and I go, ritual? And then I think, no, Sylvie, you've got to read with something else, or maybe a different deck would work better. But I want to use it for everything. It's just absolutely stunning. And I'm so glad I brought it into my collection because I nearly didn't. So, Ritual Tarot. This is the other oracle. This is the Outgrow Yourself, which is a tarot and oracle, but I use it primarily as an oracle deck. And you know I can't put this down because I talk about it all the damn time. It's in half my videos, I feel. What did I put this in really recently? I don't even remember, but click on any video on my channel and there's a solid chance that the Outgrow Yourself is going to show up. I mostly use it as an oracle because I like the slightly spiky energy to the messages. Like, it's definitely got the intention as a whole, as a deck, of doing that like self-growth, self-work thing and helping you in the oracle way. But like, don't drown in a glass of water. It's gonna call you out. Do you accept yourself fully? Like, some of them are kind of ouch. I don't do soft and fluffy affirmation-y. Like, the sea soul is like the closest I get on a regular basis to like soft and fluffy, everything is going to be okay affirmation kind of a thing. So like, this is, the grass is greener on the other side. What is keeping you caged? Don't just wish it. Like, it's so good. So, Outgrow Yourself. I use this all the time. I use this with tarot. I use this when I'm feeling like I need a lot of self-care. I use this when I don't have anything specific that I want to read about, but I want to play with cards, and I use this to like make spreads up on the fly. I have not put this down since I got it, almost. There's not been a long period of time when I haven't reached for this. Like, some decks, they definitely have seasons. They come out, they're in rotation for a bit, and then I put them away and don't really think about them for weeks or months. And I don't think this deck has ever had that for as long as it's been in my collection. So that is the Outgrow Yourself. The final deck I can't put down is the Crystal Visions Tarot. And this one was kind of a surprise to me, I'm going to be honest, that I ended up falling in love with it as hard as I did. So I have trimmed this and I have edged it. It comes with white borders. But this kind of surprised me with how much I fell in love with it. First of all, it's obviously beautiful. The color palette is delicious. And I think that's the reason that I got this. In contrast to the Outgrow Yourself, which is like the opposite of a soft and mushy oracle deck, this is the closest I get on a regular basis to like a soft and mushy kind of feeling. This isn't a exclusively gentle deck, but it's a little bit gentler than most. But it still has a what's the word? It doesn't bend very easily, but it does deliver everything with some compassion. It's not mean, you know? Anyway, I'm personifying decks at this point, but the reason this is in my can't put it down video is because, partly just because it surprised me with how much I use this and how well it works for me and how much I want to use it and like want to be picking it up. And this has come with me on like a long weekend or a week away on a good couple of occasions since I got it last summer. And it's just taken me by surprise a little bit, because when I got this, I got it thinking, I don't think this isn't a deck I would have usually gone for. This was kind of new territory for me. It felt like a very different vibe to the decks I usually buy. And I did a video called Is My Taste in Tarot Changing or something when I got this deck and the Wild Unknown, and I unboxed them both. Like, I didn't think I would buy these decks. I never thought these decks would be for me. And then I bought them and I fell in love with them both, actually. But this one I really fell in love with, and it's kind of never too far away. I never forget about it for too long. Whereas like the Outgrow Yourself, I was saying, has never gone away for a long time. This one has its phases because it's a tarot deck and I use it just as a tarot deck. So they're all kind of in circulation. But this one is never away for too long. And once I've pulled it out to read with it, I usually have it out on my desk for, you know, a period of time and read with it a lot. It's not like I pull it out to do a reading and then I put it back and forget about it. Who was upside down? Temperance, the Two of Cups, and the Two of Swords. What do we make of that? Interesting to have the 2 twos with Temperance, who's doing the blending. Blend the energy of the Two of Swords and the Two of Cups to make something bigger and better than the sum of the parts. Hey, if you needed to hear that, then you're welcome. So yeah, I think I'm just rambling at this point. This video is just like, I love these. I keep them out because I love them, and I keep this out because I love it. That was one of the reasons I bothered to trim this, because that's a bit of a ball ache. It takes time and energy, and I don't bother with most of my decks, but I love it even more. Like, I already loved the deck and the artwork and the way it read, but now it's like that perfect size, and I love it even more. And now I don't want to put it down ever, because I'm like, but it's so comfy and it's really easy to shuffle, and why would I use anything else when I have this beautiful, well-intentioned, tactile, shuffleable deck with beautiful aces. So that's that. All right, that's 5 decks that I can't put down. I think I'm going to do the counterpart to this tag. I'm going to do the decks I can't pick up, because there's definitely a few of those that I want to pick up, but something else gets in the way, or there's some reason why I don't grab them. I don't think any of them are directly in competition with any of these. Everything is always in competition with the ritual. So thank you so much for watching. I will, like I said, I will link Sylvia's original, it feels weird to call somebody else Sylvie. I will link Sylvia's original video and also Cassandra's, who I've also seen. I'll link those in the description. But for now, thank you so much for sticking with me and spending some time with me. If you've made it this far, I really hope you've enjoyed. Let me know what you think. Let me know what decks you're obsessed with. And that's it from me. So give me a like if you'd like to, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.